Friends is one of LEGO's most popular themes to date, with many adults liking the theme because it's got some advanced architecture, and kids liking the theme because it's got cute stuff and bright colors and a lot of playability. And with a theme so popular, you would assume that it was welcomed with open arms from the get-go, right? Oh, you couldn't be more wrong. Saying the launch of LEGO Friends was controversial would be a massive understatement. The theme was attacked from pretty much every angle, with criticisms ranging from pretty reasonable concerns to outright fucking ridiculous.
Second, these types of establishments only exist in the girls' world of Heart Lake City. So what happens when something in Heart Lake City catches on fire? I guess you'd have to call the boys to put it out. Similarly, what happens when someone in LEGO City gets hungry? I guess you'd have to call the girls to bake them something.
The theme was so controversial, it won a Worst Toy of the Year award. Which, for a company as pristine and non-controversial as LEGO, is really baffling. And with the 10-year anniversary of Friends being only a few months away, I decided I want to talk about the bizarre launch of this theme. But before we do that, I just want to throw up a quick disclaimer. I am not some expert in child psychology, child advertising, gender issues, anything like that. I am just some dumbass on the internet giving my opinion on a controversy that I find interesting. First, I want to cover some criticisms that I absolutely agree with. I think the launch wave being surrounded exclusively by very typical female stereotypes was a very bad idea and not a very good look for LEGO. There is a vet office, but most of the theme is centered around shopping and Starbucks. And the excessive amount of pink is something that I do kind of see a valid criticism with. While I don't really care about the origins of why little girls are associated with pink, it was the Nazis in case you're curious. I think the origins of this are pretty irrelevant to the fact that plenty of young girls do like pink. And sure, you could argue that they're raised to like pink, but I don't think that should mean you eliminate all pink girls' toys forever. But I do think the color palette should have been varied a lot more. One of the big things that gave Friends that gigantic negative reputation is that LEGO is gender neutral, right? The top link in the description will be a link to a video made by Ellie V, where she talks about LEGO's previous girl marketing as well as the mini dolls. I highly encourage you to watch this video if you are interested in those two subjects. The first thing I want to highlight from that video is this old vintage ad from 1981. People often bring this up when they claim that LEGO has been a gender-neutral toy, but take a second to actually look at the ad and think about who it's advertising to. Does this ad say, "Hey girls, you want to buy these LEGOs so you can build just like this too?" Or does it say, "Hey parents, this is something you can buy for your son and daughter to share"? I think the assertion that LEGO has always been a gender-neutral toy just based on that ad is incredibly misleading. And I'm not saying there aren't girls from the 1980s who saw the ad and decided they really wanted LEGO and they're still building LEGO today, because I know that is absolutely the case for many people. What I'm saying is LEGO didn't market itself in a way that really appealed to girls. And of course you could look at it like this. If LEGO was always gender neutral and they always had a girl audience, then Friends would have flopped harder than Bionicle Generation 2. The mini dolls are probably the biggest controversy when it comes to Friends. Before I defend the mini dolls' existence, I'm just gonna come out and say that I do not like the mini dolls. I mainly don't like them because their aesthetic clashes horribly with regular minifigures, and their legs are very long and lanky, meaning that whatever vehicles or furniture you have from other LEGO themes are not compatible with mini dolls and vice versa. I mean, they made a new horse mold just for the theme and the characters can't even properly sit on it. But just because I dislike something doesn't mean I don't see any kind of value in it. For the uninformed, the mini dolls were created because LEGO discovered that girls didn't really identify with LEGO minifigures. If you want more information on this, then I would recommend watching LEV's video that I have linked below. Yeah, I don't like mini dolls, but that's completely fine because they are marketed at completely different people to me. I feel like there's a good bit of irony that I would like to point out real quick. The biggest critics against LEGO Friends were internet feminists, a group that is supposed to be dedicated to giving girls a choice to choose whatever they want to do in life. Were actively trying to tell little girls what toys they can and can't play with. Also, I'm not making this video to attack feminists or feminism. The only reason that I'm bringing them up is because they were the biggest critics of LEGO Friends. And while people may bring up nature over nurture influencing what a lot of girls typically like, I don't think it's really LEGO's responsibility to completely deconstruct gender norms and stereotypes. LEGO is a toy brand, and while their mission statement is to make the world a better place, their job is to sell you toys, not to reshape society. And despite all the complaining, Friends was a smash success, and it is responsible for getting tons of girls into LEGO, so you got to appreciate it just for that.